Hi, it's Brian Decker with your Market Minute. Wanted to talk to you about your estate documents. We won't have time to get all four of them in today, but your will, power of attorney, living will, and trust document. We'll talk about the will and the power of attorney today. So the will, if drafted correctly, I have to add the disclaimer, we're not attorneys, we can't give legal advice, but we are fiduciaries, and we do see train wrecks happen when estates transfer to the next generation, to the kids, your beneficiaries, and the language in the estate documents are problematic. So we want to point out what has caused problems in the past. In the will, people think that if they have a trust, that there's no chance of probate. And that's not true, because there's three parts to your estate. There's your IRA, your retirement accounts, your IRA, your Roths, your SEPs, your 401ks. Those have specific beneficiaries attached and are separate from the trust, which usually has two things in it: your residence and any real estate. Also, the trust would have a non-qualified investment account. Those are the two things that are usually in the trust. And then your residuary estate, your cars, your artwork, your furniture, your jewelry, all your stuff is your residuary estate. Well, that stuff is going to trigger probate, or can trigger probate, if, let's say, John and Jane Smith, if John gives all of his residuary estate to his beloved wife, Jane, then there's no pour-over provision. And when you go to when you pass away and you go to the court to get your affidavit of domicile, letters of testamentary, they'll read the will and see that there's a probate issue, because now the assets are transferring from spouse to spouse. The way it should read is in the will that John gives all of his residuary estate to the John and Jane Smith Revocable Family Living Trust. When both die, the trust didn't die, and there's no probate issues. So that's called the pour-over provision. It should be in your will. The writing shouldn't say that you give all of your residuary estate to your spouse. It shouldn't say that. If it does, you have potential probate issues. So I want to point that out on the will. I'm going to stop here, and we'll cover the other documents one at a time. So hope you have a great week. Thanks.